My whole life, I always knew I was special. Even with no remainders, I could always move a decimal. Money on my mind while the girls that made un beso. Hustlers in my blood and it's running through my vessels. Just trying to clear the threshold, just trying to make a way. In my race against time, I could see an early grave. School to prison pipeline, 12 years a slave. Suspension and detention is conditioned for a cage.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Caden, and right out of the gate, we have a dispute. Ned has put his name as Nedris Alba, and we had Gidris Alba. So now we have a dispute here. Y'all let us know who's the real one. Introduce yourself, fellas.
What's going on, everybody? It's the People's Champ, a.k.a. the Commissioner, Trill Dollar Bill. Always keep it real. You already know the deal.
And what's going on, everyone? This is Ned's dad, G. And I say I have to discipline my son one last time for trying to steal my name.
Listen, yo, delayed labor. That's all I'm gonna count it to. It's delayed labor. Hey, you know, you had Idris, then you had Gidris, and now you got Nedris, yo. I'm in here smooth, baby. What's up, man?
Get crazy.
That is all one already. All right, let's dive into the first topic.
Different.
All right, so you should check out the short that's up. Ned picked Barrios before this fight and made a $10 bet on it. All right, so fellas, what's your reaction to Thurman versus Barrios, the fight? What was your reaction to the fight? I'm gonna start it off with the commish, 3 times real Trill Dollar Bill.
It was cool. It was cool. He didn't stop him.
That is true.
I thought when he was like knocking him the F out. Didn't happen. I was just telling the guys, no disrespect to Mario Barrios, but we were just saying about like he's going to become the new Adrian Granados. He's going to become the new PBC punching bag.
Jose Cito Lopez.
You know what I'm saying? That's how they're going to use him. I don't know. Maybe it's good for Thurman, you know, getting some of that ring rust off. You know, I'm going to follow the bouncing ball. We got more to discuss here. Mm-hmm. So, you know, but yeah, whatever.
Wait, so I'm gonna ask you a follow-up, Dollar Bill, because you know we'll get into it in a second. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, I'll let it go. I'll let it go until the next segment. All right, G, what was your reaction to the fight?
I thought it was cool, like what Trill said. You know, I gave Thurman 10 out of the 12 rounds. I mean, I wanted Thurman to knock this dude out. He didn't. However, he did do a lot of damage to Barrios. Like, man, Barrios' face looked crazy at them. My man looked like a Klingon from Star Trek. You know what I'm saying? So I give Thurman that respect.
The views and opinions do not reflect the Boxing Bros.
Big facts. Big facts.
I acted like I didn't get worse last night. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to keep it PG today. You know, but yeah. My issue though with Thurman, I did not like when he spit out his mouth guard. This is now becoming like a repeated offense when it comes to Thurman. My man gets hit to the body, he has to breathe. My man spit it out. He held it in his glove for the rest of the round. I'm like, fam, what are you doing? Like, I don't know, man. That really bothered me about Thurman. But you know, for a guy that's almost been like out of the ring for like almost 3 years. He did a good job, you know. He still got the power. He still got movement. I felt like he could have been more active like he was with Pacquiao, but maybe he felt like he didn't have to because it's Barrios, and not to mention he's been inactive. So I kind of think like maybe he was carrying Barrios for the later rounds because I feel like he could have ended them earlier, you know. But nonetheless, maybe he needed those rounds, man. He just needed to get the cobwebs out and everything. So salute to Thurman, man. But I don't know. I would have liked it if he got rid of my man Barrios. Like there was one punch. I forgot what round it was. Thurman hit this dude so hard. All that dude's bloody snot was everywhere. Hit the camera and everything. You know what I'm saying? I was like, God damn. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, Thurman, man, he has all the tools, but there was times with Thurman just like, all right, you know what? I could go for the kill, but I'm not. And I wish Thurman actually threw more jabs. He did good to the body, but then he was getting too predictable. He was throwing too many hooks. And I'm like, yo, why are you giving Barrios the opportunity to make these type of adjustments? Like, you have more tools, utilize more tools to confuse him. But nonetheless, he still did his thing, man. So salute to Thurman and salute to Barrios, man. He is a warrior. I give him that. He took the punishment, man, and I don't know, man. I don't think this division's for Barrios. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't see it. Like at least the top 5. He's not beating the top 5. That's a fact. So I don't know, man. But salute to Barrios.
All right, Ned. Oh, sure. You got something to say?
No. I didn't wanted to add to GS. Shout out to Barrios. Barrios did so hard and he was game.
Nah, that's fact.
Like Adrian Granados.
Luisito Lopez.
And all the other PVC country bags.
All right, Ned the TVE, you lost $10 on this fight. What was
I
your
did.
to the fight?
I did, yo. I want to say F you. I'm not gonna start off like that. I'm not gonna start off.
Of Ned the TVE do not reflect the box.
Nah, Mario. G. Mario. What you did last night wasn't the best. It wasn't the best performance. It was your greatest night. You know, you had a guy who took like 5 years off and he get back in the ring. And you know, you ain't capitalized off of the opportunity you had in front of you. But you know, it happens. Like, you know, you get outmatched, and you know, shout out to Keith Thurman. You performed barely. You performed barely. And barely. You know, for me, I'm just going off of last night's fight. I'm not talking about tomorrow, next year, tomorrow. Keith Thurman got to show me more. I want to see more from Keith Thurman. After this point, I want to see more from Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, you got to be a better boxer. You got to be more aware. You got to show you have the one-time power. Like, you know, what was it? Last night we was laughing at it when he said, it was like one time because it's a one-time loss. Don't be a one-time loser. Be a one-time winner. You know, like get the win. Yeah, you got the win in your hands. Get the win. Come on, one time. Like, I'm rooting for you now. I joined the bandwagon. You're winning now. One time. Like, I'm putting the one-time cape on, one-time mask, one-time whatever. And so one time, it's one time, and one time. I'm talking about one time. It's gonna be the one time. Preach.
Yo, Ned. Yo, Ned. Last night you had a problem with the punch stat numbers. Do you want to break that down to everybody?
Yes, I do.
My God.
Yo, let me be real with y'all. It was a draw. I'm gonna be honest. It was a draw, but every time Keith hurt, it caught a punch. Every time Keith threw a punch, it was like 5. It went up 5 points. That's all I'm saying. It went up 5.
That'd be like,
Man.
oh, Barrios hit him in the forearm.
Yo, I gotta tell y'all. So Barrios would throw punches, and Keith would partially block them, and it wouldn't move up with a punch stat. And that would be like, he just landed 2, yo. What the hell, dog? And Thurman would land like a 3-punch combination, and then they'd be like, Thurman
It moved up 6.
It went up 5, yo.
It moved up 6. It was crazy. Like, you gotta watch it, like, because at the 6th round, it was like, yo, you lost the fight. Like, at the 6th round, it was like you lost the fight. It was like Barrios threw 60 punches, Thurman threw like 200. It was crazy. It was just insane. Like, the numbers I was reading.
Yo, the thing that's hilarious was there was one punch that Barrios threw, and Thurman clearly picked it off with the glove, and Ned was like, "They didn't count it. They didn't count it." Like, because he didn't land it. Like, Ned was tripping. But for all the Nedites of the world, try to make sense of what Ned just said. I'm waiting to see it in the comment section.
Make it make sense, yo. Period.
All right, so here's the deal, man. objectively, you heard how I said I was going to evaluate Keith one-time Thurman last week. I said if he stopped Barrios within 5 rounds, I would say he looks good, and there's a chance that he's the Keith Thurman of old. I said if he stopped him in the later rounds and he was winning the majority of the rounds, I would feel like he was in control of the fight. He just wanted to get some work in, and then he stopped him later because he's been off for over 900 days, right? But I said if he goes life and death with him, you know, and barely wins a decision, then I'm gonna say Keith, the days of Keith is done. Although he didn't go life and death with Barrios, to me, he didn't dominate him in a manner which would make me feel like, okay, this is the one time I'm accustomed to seeing. And so just to get into it, like Keith Thurman couldn't knock him out. And Gervonta Tank Davis, a man in a weight division below him. Remember this, Gervonta was moving up from 135 to go to 140 to fight Barrios for a fight. A 135-pounder moved up to 140 and stopped Barrios. And Thurman last night couldn't do that. Now, there's going to be people who say, oh, but there was 10-ounce gloves. Okay, cool. 10-ounce gloves. But still, we're talking about Keith one-time Thurman. We're talking about a Mario Barrios who moved up from junior welterweight to move up to welterweight. And in his first fight, he's fighting the former champion, the man who was in there with Pacquiao, the man who beat Danny Garcia, the man who beat Sean Porter. And Thurman couldn't stop him. Thurman hit that man with everything. Rearranged his face, really.
Facts.
But couldn't stop him. And to me, that's telling. I thought Thurman showed he still has quality in spots. But for me, what I saw, you know, were you really impressed? I can't say. I don't know how good Barrios is at welterweight. Which goes to Trill's point. It's his first fight at welterweight. Hell, I know in his own division, 140, he lost to a man who moved up from 135. Got stopped by that man. Moves up to welterweight. And actually, here's the final bell against Keith Thurman. Which brings me to my objective points again. When I discuss boxing, I'm talking strictly on facts, stats, real things. I don't care about who the opponent is, like, or who you think this person is going to fight later on down the line. If Earl Spence beats Keith Thurman, I'm going to be like, yeah, you beat Keith, but you didn't beat Keith at the peak of his powers. Like, this may not be the Keith. If TC beats him, I'm going to say the same thing. You know, it's called being objective. It's called using the same rationale. I'm going to use the same rationale. The Thurman I saw in there, and we're going to get into it in the next segment, but the Thurman I saw in there did enough to win. But is that enough to win moving forward? We're going to discuss that in the next segment.
Please let us know how you feel in the comment section. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter, and please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You know, we are the Boxing Bros, and we're just getting started.